after such a heinous, senseless act of this boy taking the life of his son, of one of his twin sons. It's like, this guy forgave your client. This guy basically said, it's okay, I forgive you, before anyone else.
I've already forgiven him. That's for my peace, not his.
I rely heavily on my faith to get me through this. Like I said, people ask me, how can you forgive what to this other person? I said, I forgive the other person because the forgiveness is not for him. The forgiveness is for me, so I can have peace. His life is destroyed. My life is destroyed. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing. Please do not comment if you do not know what happened. Do not turn this into a racial thing. It was not. Do not politicize this. It's not. This is a human being thing. This person made a bad choice, and it affected both his family and my family forever. It's a very unfortunate thing.
And this commie dog decided, I'm going to show up here and I'm going to push this narrative, trying my hardest. This hood rat communist decided that I'm going to make this all about the movement rather than anything else.
Yeah, you're right.
I despise that, man. And what I hate the most is the fact that this guy, I don't know if y'all have his rap sheet. I know you. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But this dude is a human CVS receipt.
Come on,
all 3 feet of it.
This dude is a human CVS receipt with his criminal record. And the fact that this man has the audacity to sit there with this railroad tie in his eye, talking about Mr. Metcalf's splint in his,
right,
is disgusting beyond words. Every single measured argument that I had, like we're trying to be nice about it and everything, that's out the window.
Yeah,
that's out the window. I want to see this family. I want to see all of them get rung up, all of them.
And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
The first thing that came to mind was, my God, not another grifter, not another one. The way that he presents himself, the slime trail behind this man is at least 3 feet deep. It is unfortunate. We don't know why Mr. Metcalf came to this presser. He may have come because, again, he's already forgiven this kid for killing his son. He may have come as an outreach to say, okay, we're both losing our sons. Can we find some common ground? But to say that it's disrespectful for this man to come to this press conference, let's not forget the reason why you're having the presser. Your client, your person killed his son. And he didn't come raising hell. And he did not come with a gun. He did not come and call dirty names. From all accounts, he just came and kind of hung around. He was just there to see what was going to happen. This is not what this man purported it to be. What he's doing is stirring the pot, mostly because it's going to make him somewhat of a celebrity, maybe more infamous than celebrity. But this is what he's doing. He's going to make money and get a name on this kid's back, and it's a shame.
And he has a violent past. About 5 years before he founded Next Generation Action Network, he was arrested for causing serious bodily injury to his girlfriend's 2-year-old son. He pled guilty to the charge in 2011 and was sentenced to probation. However, he reportedly violated the terms of his probation multiple times, leading the judge to sentence him in 2016 to 5 years in prison. However, he got time spent as part of his sentence, and he only spent about 8 days behind bars. This is according to the Dallas Morning News. In 2017, he was indicted on a felony theft charge related to a 2016 business dispute in Denton County. The charges were enhanced because of a previous conviction for forgery. He pled guilty and was sentenced to 2 days in jail with credit for time served. I mean, he has a pretty long rap sheet. He's got continuous violence against family charges, and that was in 2021.
Dallas County grand jury has indicted a civil rights activist. Dominique Alexander, the founder of the Next Generation Action Network, was indicted today on a charge of continuous violence against the family. That's a third-degree felony. He was arrested back in April after his girlfriend, Kiera Saunders, told police Alexander assaulted her. However, in an affidavit filed before today's indictment, Saunders says she doesn't want any part of the prosecution.
These are the type of lies. She's getting millions of views on this. Sarah, she's even came after me. She's even said all of those things. And now that the public knows exactly what is going on, I asked, because these racist bigots try to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy, he should be afforded the same rights that Kyle Rittenhouse had, Daniel Penna, and all of the people who have claimed whatever their defense was. He should be afforded the same right. Nobody in the public media has one video camera, but we got the video of Kyle Rittenhouse with an AK-47 shooting 3 people in the back. We got that. And he raised more than $2 million publicly, and nobody said anything. So since they tried to come for us, I call for the community's overwhelming support for this fund. The disinformation that was put out was literally deliberate to prevent you from helping this family. And I want you to give overwhelming support to show them the community united can never be divided. And I'm going to say this again, and this is for everybody. Black people in America, while the current occupant sits at 1600 Pennsylvania, black people in America don't have to pull the race card. It's what we live as a reality every day. It's what we have to teach our children. We don't want to, but we have to. We don't like to, but if we want to sleep at night, we got to. I ain't pulling no race card. I live it. I'm reminded all the time that I'm a black man in America.
What does Trump have to do with this case?
That is a jerk.
Girl, that melanated Marxist got under my skin so bad. Listen, first of all, the colored communist dry snitched on himself the moment he tried to obfuscate this whole situation and start talking about the weather.
Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Karmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation. That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. And what I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on, I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone? With weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time. Y'all do that research. Because as a person who is the administrator of your children, responsible for the safety of the children. And so it seems as if Frisco ISD is trying to push this off by making this decision that they do not have to make. So the Next Generation Action Network, outside of the legal process, will be going through different avenues regarding to ensure that we fight for the rights of Karmelo. And
to imply that, did we ever think about the Frisco ISD, why they would allow the track meet to go forward anyway? Did they not check the weather? Nobody this side of heaven was thinking about that. Like, for you to bring up that kind of detail tells me everything I need to know about you. You are not accepting accountability. You are trying to wiggle and figure out anything that you can to wiggle your way out of the fact that Karmelo Anthony stabbed someone and killed him. We can have a conversation about was he provoked? Did he feel threatened? Was his life in danger? We can have a conversation about that. But when you bring up an insignificant detail as to the weather that day, and then to implicate the school system to say this their fault, them right there have the nerve to have a track meet on a day like that with the weather that way. It tells me everything I need to know about this grifter. Secondly, when he brought up Trump, I was like, there it is right there. Mm-hmm. He is trying to play on the emotional sensibilities of so many Black Americans in this country who can't think in proper categories. All you have to do is bring up the orange man, and the Trump derangement just escalates. It escalates to the next level to where they can't think. And then to say, you know, what it feels like to be a Black man in America, because you got to live it every day. I'm like, there goes the victim card again. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, so you're essentially, I feel bad for Karmelo, because these are the adults in his life that are crippling this boy, that if they thought this way before this incident, it's no wonder why he's like, well, I was claiming self-defense. He has been trained all his life to look out there as what's out there is the reason and the proximate cause for everything that has happened to him. These are the adults who are shepherding him and training him with this victim mindset. And this is how I know that this minister guy, he is not of Christ, because all I heard from him was victimhood, a failure to accept accountability, and then he personalized it. You know, our baby and our boy. You know, they have to personalize it that way and pull out the little baby violin so that all the Black folks listening to this can turn off their brains and not think deeply and intently about what this man is actually saying. They hurt this case more than anything else. They have hurt their own case.